Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Science in Science Fiction. Now I know I haven't been posting any videos lately. It's kind of been a few months since my last video, and that's mainly because I like to focus on my manga channel. I review manga, anime, and sometimes books, and that's what I like to do, so that's why I focus on that channel the most. But I kind of keep this channel to discuss more important stuff and also insane stuff when they appear. And I got something today that in my mind doesn't click. It makes no sense whatsoever. So basically, let me just give you a full picture. My country is part of the European Union, so we're in Europe, and I didn't think that in Europe in 2015 stuff like this still happens. But what I'm basically talking about is a girl dying because her father didn't want to give her a blood transfusion because it was forbidden by their religion. That was a tongue twist. Anyways, what happened is that this 19-year-old girl was involved in a car accident, and she was transported to the hospital. And her father, because she was not conscious, her father refused, basically told the doctors not to give her any blood transfusion because it was in opposition to their religion, and the girl ended up dying. Now I didn't think that was possible. I mean, clearly the father, from a low point of view, was not fit to take this decision, so they should have had a shrink there examine him and basically take the burden, or not the burden but the freedom of choice. They should have took the freedom of choice from him, and the doctor should have chosen instead, and they would have saved the girl. But no, the doctors couldn't do anything because he was protesting in the hospital, and basically the girl died. Now I'll have the article in the description below. It's in my language, but you can probably use Google Translate to translate it if you want. But this is pretty shocking, and it's pretty shocking that in 2015, in this century, there are still people who value religion more than even their own daughter's life. And yeah, that's shocking. This is going to snowball a little bit into a religious discussion because I disagree with all religions, and that's on a just on a logical base. Because what most religions do to you is that they take away critical thinking from you, that they take away the burden of responsibility from you, and they make you greedy. And let's take it point by point. If one knows that they will have an eternity in the afterlife, it kind of takes away from the meaning of this life. So let's say you're in college and you're taking a test. You probably didn't do anything in that test, and you failed. Basically, you could think, okay, I failed, I should learn more. Or you could think, well, it's not that big of a deal because God has my back. And you see, this takes away from the burden of responsibility. A better example would be an unemployed man or a woman who sit around all day waiting for an opportunity to show up, but don't actually get off their couch and search for a job, and they instead stay in the house and pray for God to give them an opportunity. And again, this takes the burden of responsibility from one's shoulder. That's what religions do. There is kind of a strange joke we have here. The joke goes something like this: a small village was hit by a bad storm, and the river that was passing near the small town flooded the town, and one individual went on the roof of his house and he started praying. Then the first rescue boat went by his house, and the ones in the rescue boat were saying, "Come down, jump in the water, we'll save you." And this guy basically says, "No, God will save me." The first boat left, then another boat came, the scenario repeated, then a third boat came, the scenario repeated. The man didn't want to get down from the house and be rescued because he was praying to God. And basically the house collapsed and he died. Now when he went to heaven, He asked God, well, God, I prayed so hard, so why didn't you save me, God? And God basically responded to him, well, I sent you 3 boats. What more did you want from me? That's kind of what happens in real life, because if you base your life too much on a religion and you don't take responsibility for what you do, then basically you become lazy and complacent. Now, for the second point, where basically most of the religions make you selfish, this is kind of obvious because most of the religions have punishments in them, and basically 70% of the religious people are religious because they are afraid of punishment and afraid of death and of life after death. Only, I would say, 20-30%, and I think I'm being generous here, but only those percentage of people are truly generous and actually understand what the religion is all about. But the other 70%, maybe 80%, are all in the religion because they are afraid of what will happen when they die and when they are going to be punished. So they basically do it because so they won't get punished. And doing good things for yourself, I mean, doing good things for others in order to save yourself, that's kind of selfish, if you get what I mean. So many words, religions are bad. So I don't know, this truly shocked me when I heard about 19-year girl died because her father forbade the doctors to blood transfuse her after she was involved in an accident. I mean, the level of stupidity is beyond me. And that's all I have to say. I'll probably do some videos in the future on this channel. I have some projects, but until then, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a nice day.